Hello again, gang. Welcome back to the channel. Jayhuahua here. It's another Football Manager 2023 experiment, and today we are looking at game time. But most importantly, the type of game time for player development. Let me tell you what we've done. So here we go then, gang. We have got 7 players, all of them strikers. They are all locked at their respective clubs for the next 23 years. They're all joining Real Madrid as well. Fun fact. Not fun, just fact. 90 current ability, 200 potential ability, average hidden attributes. That's the key thing here. 10s all the way down the board to be a little bit more accessible for your player growth knowledge. Now, of course, game time plays a part. You've got facilities that play a part. You've got coaches that play a part. Is playing in a team that is winning and playing well better than playing in a team that is losing? Most people say yes. Well, here today, we're going to see, for a start, we'll start down here at Wally Wales. Yeah, Wally Wales is playing for TNS, who have quite comfortably walked, well, I'll say they've walked the league for the last however long. Connor's Key have been in there. TNS, basically, you go for the season preview. There you go. TNS, like 9-2 on. So, yeah, they should do it. And they've got loads of players from loads of their players are in the Media Dream 11. So, he should be in a winning team in a not so competitive league. That's the other part of it, isn't it? How competitive the league is, and are they playing below themselves? So Wally Wales will be playing below himself for the majority of his career. He's 15, he's already in the Media Dream 11 because, yeah, he's got 90 current ability. We'll move up, we'll go from the top. We'll start with Liverpool, the English team, Liverpool, a team that's going to be up and thereabouts for the Premier League. Johnny English, we've called him, because he's English and the film, and someone mentioned I should have called someone Johnny English the other day in an experiment, and I regretted not doing it. So there we go. I forgot your name. Shout out to you in the comments who suggested that. Fantastic. So Johnny English is our player for Liverpool. Massimiliano Milano, that's a mouthful, and that's going to get old very, very quickly. There's your Italian geese, and he is, once again, playing in a team that's going to be winning or challenging for the league title. Scott Chegg, as in, because he's Scottish. So Scott is playing for Kilmarnock. If we look at Kilmarnock, their media prediction is 9th in the Cinch Premiership, which is just avoiding relegation. Look at the season preview. Dazen Maida. Dazen Maida is the striker. So, God, he's quick, isn't he? So, you have a player that's going to be playing in the Scottish League, which he is going to be playing beneath himself after a couple of years, because he's probably going to be the best player in the league. But is he going to be winning every game? Because one man does not make a team, as we've seen on the channel before. So, that's what we've gone with there for Kilmarnock, for Scott Chegg. We've got Eddie English playing for Norwich, the perennial yo-yo team, Norwich City. Decided it was Norwich or Fulham, and Fulham are currently in the Premier League. So let's go with the first season, promotion for Norwich, and let's see how many times they yo-yo through the experiment. Can Eddie keep them up? We'll see. Colin Croatia, with the most un-Croatian name possible. Slaven Belupo, media prediction 5th out of 10. Mid-table, just outside of Europe. And Francis France, playing for Valenciennes in Ligue 2. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the breakdown of these players. We are going to simulate through their careers. You look here, I have got myself as a manager for every single one of them, and the directive is use current match tactics when possible, or team selection, whichever one it is when you go on holiday, and they are the only player in the team. Every single one of them is playing a 4-3-3 with the defensive midfielder, and the striker is filled with our players. So there you go. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump through. Oh, we always go jump through a year to see where they go, but there's no point jumping through a year to see where they go because they're already there. So we're going to go through 3 years straight off the bat to 2025. Okay, right then. So we have got a range of 16 differentiating between them. In 3 years, Wally Wales has improved 30 attribute points, scoring 107 goals in 151 for TNS. He is already becoming a bit of a TNS legend. They have won the league every single year. And unfortunately, Wally Wales has not won the Golden Boot all 3 years, just the once. Colin Croatia for Slaven Belupo at 125. Massimiliano Milano at Milan, 129. Francis at 130. Scotch at 132, Johnny English at 135, but Eddie English at 136. So it's Norwich City who've taken it for us so far. They are 15th in the championship. Shall we see? 3rd in the championship, 4th in the championship, 5th in the championship. So they are declining season upon season, and they have not managed to go back up. Look at this. Leicester and Everton both winning the championship. Man City and Arsenal winning the Premier League. How are Liverpool getting on? 7th, 5th, and 3rd. So Liverpool actually in the most recent season finishing 7th. Not great. That's because Johnny English is not scoring the goals for them. Look at that. 7 in 38. That's not good enough, is it? Not good enough at all. I wonder how many minutes he played that season. Liverpool and Milan, though, have both won the Champions League. So after the first 3 years, it's starting to look like Eddie English, how many goals has he been scoring for Norwich? He's been absolutely banging them in. He's been in scintillating form. 41 in 45 in this most recent season, in a 5th place finish. So he's been playing well at a level that's probably about his level. Johnny English has been playing below himself. He's not been playing very well in a team that's too good for him at this moment in time. So Valenciennes have been promoted. They won in the first season. They won League and then they finished mid-table. So fair play to them. Milan have not won the league. Neither have Slaven Belupo. Neither have Kilmarnock. Okay, so it's looking like that type of game time does matter somewhat, but maybe not the be-all and end-all. We're only 3 years in. We are going to jump through another 3 now to the 21, so they're really going to be... There should be a bigger gap forming here. I would say Wally Wales is probably going to be playing against teams that are much lower quality than him, which means he's probably not going to develop as much as he should be, despite the fact that he's probably getting the best average rating out of everyone. Only a 6.94. Probably not then. And where are we at then? Well, Johnny English has got himself to the promised land of being top. And look at this difference. 32 is the difference between the top and the bottom. And we're looking like it's a very similar order to last time. Wally Wales in the Welsh League, definitely playing below his ability. Look at that. 30 and 27. What a return that was. Getting a 7.39, 32 in 31, 25 in 29. So he's been on a scoring spree, yet he's only improved 15 attribute points at TNS. Now, the training facilities are below average, so there is that to take into consideration. So you've got Colin Croatia at Slaven Belupo, who have actually won the league in 25-26. Wow, look at that. Can you believe that? Slaven Belupo, where are they? Where is he? Colin Croatia. He's consistent, I'll give him that. 17 in 36 for the last 3 years in a row. Massimiliano at Milan is not doing as well as I thought he would do. 153. 115 in 225, 26 in 37 in the most recent season. He's kicked on in this most recent season. Have Milan won the league? They did. Not this season, though. They did last season when he only got 19. Scott Chegg in the Finnish Premiership. Well, it's been Celtic every single year. Kilmarnock, lower mid-table. They've actually been relegated in this experiment of Kilmarnock. They've actually been relegated. So he's been playing in the 1st and 2nd tier of Scotland. Francis, of course, at Valenciennes. They are still in League 1 Uber Eats. Is at 158. Eddie English at Norwich and 163. How's he been faring? Well, they've done what we expected. They have yo-yoed. 16 in 36 is pretty good going. And then 37 in 45 coming back through the following season. Storming them back to the Premier League. 2 championship wins as well. And Johnny English. And you got... Not scoring enough. Not scoring enough for me. And United have won the most recent season. City winning quite a lot. Nothing for Liverpool. Leipzig, PSG, Arsenal. In terms of internationally then, we have got Scott, who's got the most international caps, 15 in 29. Wally Wales, 8 in 17 for Wales. 1 in 10 for Colin for the Croatian national team. 5 in 9 for Eddie, 3 in 9 for Massimiliano. Yet to get off the mark is Francis in 4 games, and 1 in 1 for Johnny. Well, who's going to get there first? Johnny English, 3 more years, 2031 incoming. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, Johnny English is in 1st place. Francis has taken 2nd place for Valenciennes. Eddie's dropped down to 3rd, still in the Premier League with Norwich. Let's stop him with Eddie first of all. Oh, he's only got 9 in 27 in a season they managed to stay up. Then 15 in 36, they went down. 43 and 41 in the Championship. Wowzers. Massimiliano kicking on in Milan. Unfortunately, Scott has fallen off the face of the earth, down in 2nd to last place on 162, but way adrift at the bottom is Wally or TNS, and it's probably the training facilities, it's probably the lack of proper competition. He's not doing the business for them, or he's doing the business for them, they're not doing the business for him. Norwich then, how have Norwich been getting on? Of course, we did look at this. They went down in the 18th. They went down with 33 points, 36 points the season before, where Matey Boy only got like 9 goals. Very disappointing. They came back up in 2nd, unfortunately, not managing to get the title for a 3rd time in the experiment. Johnny for Liverpool, 20 in 25 for England. Still not setting the world on fire, except this one season where he got 30. Did they win the league? No, they did not. Milan haven't won the league either, Fiorentina and Napoli. It's been PSG and Marseille. How are Valenciennes doing? The media prediction is 10th. If we go to competitions, Oh, here we go. They are finishing around mid-table. Lower mid-table at times, but around mid-table. They've only got European football here, finishing 5th. On Valenciennes. Kilmarnock. They've maintained themselves in the Scottish Premier League, but they have not kicked on, and neither has Scott. 32 and 48 for the national team, though, which is pretty good. Slaven Belupo have gone on a 3-season tear. The last 3 years, they've won it every single year. Colin Croatia spearheading that attack. Look at those goals. 30 and 36, 38 and 36, 32 and 35. He has come to play as Colin Croatia, and he's overtaken Scott Jegg on the way to his personal success. Not doing great for Croatia, though. So, midpoint of the experiment, we are 9 years in. What have we learnt so far? It looks like the type of game time does certainly matter. The competition level, the facilities, of course they do. And as you can see, predictions now, Wally Wales not getting to 200. Scott not getting to 200. Colin probably not getting to 200. Massimiliano probably will. Eddie will. Francis will. Johnny will. There's your prediction. I've not checked this, so we'll see. It's going to stop in every year now until one of them hits 200. As soon as someone hits 200, that's when we're stopping for our next check-in. Oh, Johnny and Francis are racing 194 to 190. Oh, it's close. Francis has actually dropped an attribute point down to 189. Eddie's still stuck at 185. Johnny's about to get there. We're going to stop in at 2034 then. He's gone down to 197. Right, we're not stopping at 2034. So here we are, 2035. 4 years after that. So Johnny English is at 197. 49 in 56 for England. He's absolutely tearing up internationally. In terms of his league form, he's tearing it up again. 36 in 38 for the most recent season. 3 years ago, he got 37 in 33. Did you hear that? The sirens? Exactly, because that goal scoring form is bloody illegal. Let me tell you. If you didn't hear the sirens, there were some police sirens just going off. That joke will fall flat if there was no sirens. Editor J, if they can't hear them, put them in. And they finally won the league with a 36 goal haul for Johnny English, and they've only just bloody beaten Leeds. Where have they come from? And Southampton. We're 12, 13 years into the experiment. We've got a top 4 of Leeds, Southampton, Tottenham and Liverpool winning it. Who put 50p in Leeds and Southampton? United, who've been on an absolute tear, finished 9th. How did that happen? Newcastle, Moneybags Newcastle down in 14th. Chelsea are in 10th. I don't know. Anyway, he's finally won a bloody league title. Well done, Johnny. Milan, 3 in the last 4 years. And last season, they finished 3rd behind Juventus. 43 goals in this season in 38 games. He has scored some goals as Massimiliano. I can't believe he's got 43 and 38. That is some return. 53 and 53 in all competitions. 7 and 8 internationally. Speaking of internationally, he's got 45 in 67. And he has taken second place. I'm sorry, he's not in second place. I've not ordered them. Down in 4th. Right, Wally Wales at 147 at 28 years old. Not going to get there. Scott, 164. Not happening. In terms of his career stats, he's basically getting a goal a game for TNS, is Wally. Scott for Kilmarnock, average. Bang average, if you ask me. Colin, Slaven Belupo have been on a tear of old Slaven, and Colin has been at the wheel. Francis for Valenciennes, it's just PSG all over in the French league. How's he doing for them? Why has he only played 10 games this season? He must have had an injury. 32-33, damaged cruciate ligament for 8 months. Missed nearly the entire season. Eddie at Norwich are back in the bloody championship. Of course they are. Oh, and here we go. Look at that for a bit of yo-yoing. How much? 56 in 46 he scored here. Absolutely insane. 18 in 32 in a relegation season. 27 in 36 in a relegation season. You'd be fuming, wouldn't you? You'd be like, I've scored 27 in 36 and you guys couldn't help keep us up. I've done my bit. 46 in 46 for the most recent season. And 59 in 68 for England. Speaking of England, old Pep's at the wheel. Johnny English up front with Eddie English on the bench. Who has been in charge, though? No Ralph. No Ralph. Is he still about? He's only gone and become the manager of bloody Porto. Notable. Right. Porto went in 2034. Was Fiorentina manager. He's been Celtic manager for a long time. No, sorry. 2 years he was Celtic manager. He was Austria manager for about 5 years. There you go then. There's your underwhelming Ralph watch. Oh dear. Right. Well, we're about there, aren't we? Let's go through to 5 more years. 2040 then 2045. And they're all declining massively now. 183, 174, all falling away. 90 in 113 for England, for Eddie English, and 82 in 98 for Johnny. I find that absolutely baffling, to be honest. They're both playing in a singular position up front for England. They're managing to score so many goals. In terms of the Premier League, West Ham won it 4 years ago. Liverpool down in 8th in the most recent season. What on earth has gone on? 16 in 25. Oh, the last 5 years, he's not been great. He's done decent as Johnny, but in a team that's going to be winning the league, you want more, don't you? Eddie for Norwich. Well, he's only gone and brought them back up to the Premier League, as we saw, 46 and 46. Then 2 seasons back-to-back of 28 and 38. Then 18, 35 in 38, and then 14 and 37. How are Norwich doing? Let's have a look. Finished 8th in this season, where we got 35 goals. Norwich got 8th. That's pretty good, isn't it? League One Uber Eats. Valenciennes have not managed to get themselves into a winning position. At 30 and 34, though, a couple of times, mainly getting teens, high teens, low 20s. 35 and 33 back here. I did miss that. Massimiliano, again, he's scoring high 20s, early 30s. And he's won the most recent season with Milan. They've won the league the most recent season, and he's got top goal scorer. Easy for me to say. Colin, Slaven Belupo have fallen away a bit, really. They're still winning a lot. Colin's still scoring goals for fun. Scott, who's probably been the most underwhelming out of everyone. And Wally, still basically getting a goal a game. 3 goals off a goal a game for his entire career. 38 in 26 here. And TNS haven't won it every year. Penny Bont won it there. Rubbish. Okay, 5 more years. End of the career. And here we go. This is it. They're about to move. And Eddie has managed to maintain his ability the most. Johnny and Massimiliano at 137. Francis at 129. Scott 110. Colin at 108. Wally at 92. They're all about to go to Real Madrid. In terms of his career stats, he's got 647 in 666 league games. I've just moved myself over. 7.37 overall for Wally. Colin, 7.19, 535 in 734. Scott, of course, 6.97, 477 in 806. Rubbish. Francis, 7.2, 473 in 724. Emiliano, 7.2, nearly 600 goals in just over 800 games. Johnny, not even 500 goals in 824 games, 7.07. And Eddie, 604 in 893. Norwich stayed in the Premier League for quite a few years. West Ham have won more. Liverpool have not won since the 2034-35 season, so it's very disappointing for Liverpool. West Ham have won Champions League, so have Arsenal, Real Madrid, United, Inter. None of our players in recent times. Not since back here. Oh, that's depressing, isn't it? Milan in Serie A won once in the last 5 years. I mean, it's been shared around in Scotland, but Kilmarnock have come nowhere. Slaven Belupo still rocking it about. Valenciennes have not managed to sneak a French league, unfortunately. So that's it. That's the end of the experiment. Let's have a quick look at the England team. Wayne Rooney in charge. In terms of the Euros, we have had France, England, Austria. Ralph had left in 2029. Oh, disappointing. Austria, Spain beating England, France and beating England, and Spain beating Denmark. And in terms of the World Cups, we've got Portugal, France, Spain, Portugal, Argentina, and Italy. So yeah, not too much to report. Shall we have a look at Golden Ball? Johnny English, France, Milano. Okay, so there's a bit of counting needed here. So we've got 1, 2 for Massimiliano, 2 for Johnny English, 2 for Francis France. Don't have to be Footballer of the Year. 2 for Johnny English, 3 for Johnny English, 3 for Massimiliano Milano. Well, we can't really decipher, can we? Who's had the better career? That's not really what we're here for, to see who's got the better career. It was the importance of game time and the relevant game time to their ability. Is being a superstar in a team that's doing not so good better? The answer is no, in my opinion, because I think Johnny English, who did get the closest to 200 out of everyone, had a distinctly average career in front of goal for Liverpool. He scored a lot less goals than Eddie English, who was yo-yoing about with Norwich. Considerably less goals than Wally Wales, who scored over 1,000 goals for TNS in the Welsh League. So it's very important the type of game time that a player will be receiving. I hope you've had fun watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've taken something away. Maybe something to consider when you're sending your players out on loan. Let's see. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, gang. Please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me any comments of anything you thought about this or any ideas you got in the future. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.